Askar has now also an autofocuser called WAF. And so I thought, why not test it? But to be quite honest, there are already a lot of autofocusers out there. So does the world need one more? And what makes it unique? For who is it? These are all things we want to look at in this video, and I will also show you how to install it and operate it. Hey, this is View into Space. I'm Sascha from Switzerland, so grüezi miteinander, and thanks for watching my channel. But before we start, just for your awareness, it soon is fall. And fall means cold temperatures. And if you forgot where you put all your sweaters because you needed space for your scopes, I just wanted to let you know that in my merch stores, you also find really cool hoodies, like this one. So have a look, the link is in the description below, or click right under the video on the store pictures. But let's get back to our focusers. And here I have in the middle the WAF, on top the ZWO EAF, and on the bottom the Sesto Senso 3 from PrimaLuceLab. So I will compare these three plus the EAF Pro together and see what makes them unique and for who they are. And by the way, if you only shoot with ASI Air, then this video is not for you, because the only thing you can use is the EAF. For good or for worse, doesn't matter. This is your choice, either the EAF or the EAF Pro. It's that easy. Goodbye. See you next time. For everybody who shoots with something else, be it a Stella Vita, be it the Eagle, be it Nina, or any other of these ASCOM or Indigo solutions, well, you're at the right place. So as you see, these focusers, even they do exactly the same, they look really, really different from a design point of view. With the EAF, most of you know it, it's quite tiny. And then we have here the connection to the focuser. The Sesto Senso is actually installed on the other side where the fine focuser is, and just this one huge unit which is screwed on. And now we have the WAF, which looks again completely different. And you wonder how this is installed and what's the point of it? It's just a huge brick. So we will look at that a little bit later when I show you how to install it. And the other thing that I find interesting is that in principle, electronic autofocuser is really boring, because all what they are is a motor. There's nothing more. It's a motor which has to go one direction, the other direction, and it turns the focuser. That's it in principle. And so you would wonder, how can you even diversify? But the cool part is that this is possible, that there's a lot of creativity and also looking at the pain points that we users have. And each of these brands have found different ways how to make their product unique. So let's go now to my computer and I will guide you through the specs and the different features of these three focusers. So let's have a look now at the four different autofocusers. And here we have all four in an overview. Look at them now, one topic at a time. So first about price. And I use now here Swiss francs, but as you know, euro and dollars is not so far away. So I think what was clear from the start, the standard EAF, or I think it's called now EAFN, is the cheapest of all. But what was quite interesting is that the WAF actually is cheaper than the EAF Pro. And then I think that's also no surprise, PrimaLuceLab, the Sesto Senso 3, is the most expensive one. Now, if weight is a consideration for you, given for example that you have a mount which has not so much payload capacity, then the EAF is the lightest, followed by the EAF Pro. And the Sesto Senso 3 and the WAF have with 370 grams, so almost double than the EAF. So when it comes to the mechanical but also the software fit, then you see with the mounting that we have three very different ways how it's actually attached to the focuser, and that's also what I mentioned before. And from a software side, as stated, if you have an ASI Air, you need to go with the ZWO EAF. The ZWO EAF, both models also work with ASCOM and Indy. The Sesto Senso 3 works with the proprietary software, which is Play, but also with ASCOM. And Askar works with ASCOM and Indigo. So when we look now at the features, all four are now connected with USB-C, so that's the standard now. From a power point of view, the EAF consumes power from the USB-C port. The EAF Pro has also a battery on board, and the Sesto Senso 3 and the WAF both need an additional 12-volt connection. The EAF also has a temperature port, while the EAF Pro also works with Bluetooth, so wirelessly, and the Sesto Senso 3 and the WAF both can be connected through Wi-Fi wirelessly to your smartphone, or when it's about the Sesto Senso 3, also through the Ghost mode to your Eagle. Now when we talk about the ZWO EAF, it's the value king. You have the lowest price, it's the lightest, and it's obviously fully compatible with the ASI Air. No fancy features, but if you don't need that, it's the perfect product for you. Now with the EAF Pro, you have in addition the battery in there, so that you are fully wireless. You have on-body focus buttons, and that personally I really like about the EAF Pro. When it comes to the Sesto Senso 3, the big thing there is the encoder. So no matter what's happening, it always knows where it is on your focuser. You can manually turn the knob and it still knows where it is. That is really cool. And if you have a PrimaLuceLab Eagle, then it's the perfect counterpart. And so now when we come to the WAF, what does it bring to the table? On one side, a 1299 warm gear drive to make it really accurate, 20 kilogram rated equivalent load. And that's huge. You will not get that from any other. On the other side, I really wonder how you can manage to put 20 kilograms at the back of your scope. Perhaps Moravian has a camera like that, but you have to try really, really hard. But the real cool feature is the quick release. And I will show you that afterwards when I install it. So here again, a full overview. Every one of them has its right to existence. Everyone has its pros, its cons. There's no universal recommendation I can make, but it's good that you're aware of the different features and find then your electronic autofocuser. But let's go now to the rig again, and I will show you how to install it. So let's see now how we're going to install the WAF, how difficult it is and how ingenious this new principle is. So the first part we have to install is this here. And in principle, that's here the equivalent from the EAF. So it is quite smaller, but actually thicker. So this comes below the focuser and is screwed on with two screws from the bottom. So once we have that installed, we let it still have a little bit of movement. The next part comes, which is this one. This here goes into the rod, and this one will be connected to the WAF. Now, as these rods have different sizes, there are different parts included in the set when you buy it, so you can actually exchange these parts to match the right rod of your focuser. For my scope, actually this one just fit perfectly. So you just stick it right in like that, and then move the lower part a little bit in front, that it blocks it. Then I can actually from the side here screw this here on. As the next one, we also have here on this first part we installed a little worm screw here on the side. And once we have done that, we can actually tighten the two screws we had below. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have installed everything we need for our WAF. And it definitely is a little bit easier than installing the EAF, but also the EAF is not really quantum physics. So that's now not a criteria. I would root for one or the other. But now comes the cool part, because you're saying, this is not completely installed. Where's the WAF? And here is it. So, and now watch, because that's magic. I'll take it, stick it on here, screw it on the side, voila. it's installed. I don't like it like this. I'll take it off. I put it on like this. Voila, it's installed again. And that is really cool, because for you who actually like to use a case, the biggest issue I always hear with the EAF or with the Sesto Senso, you cannot put the scopes back in the case because it doesn't fit anymore. Here, you shoot, you turn it, you take it away, and you put it in your case. Next time you need it, the way you want it, just put it on, and here you go again, and it focuses again. And there's a second cool reason, because if, for example, I would now, no I don't, but if I would now use this visually, I can take it off, and now actually I have full movement with my focuser. And afterwards, if I want to do electronic focusing again, put it again on, and that's it. So again, I think that's a really innovative twist that Askar has used that was never done before like that. And some of you might actually be really drawn to that concept. And also, by the way, for the SQA line, I think it really looks quite sick like that. It's quite unusual. It's kind of a nice design with the black, so I really like having it on here. I will keep it on there. So now it needs two cables. One is USB-C and the other is energy. And with that, we have completely installed it. And so let's go now to my computer and see what we can actually do with it and how it looks like in Nina. So here on my computer, I want to show you now the two different ways how you can actually interact with the WAF. The one thing you see here in the middle, that's the Askar app, which is available for iOS and Android. It's quite simple, but it has all that it needs. You can actually press here for large change and small change, and in the background I hear how the WAF is actually turning. You can also obviously enter the target number right here. And this works through Wi-Fi. You do not have to change your Wi-Fi network. It automatically finds it, so it was very, very easy to install. The other way is obviously through Nina or any other software that you're using to control through Askar, Alpaca, or Indigo. And what I do here is I go on Focuser, and right off the bat, simply by connecting it, it actually finds it. Nothing I had to install, nothing to do. Simply click on it. Here it is. Activate it. And here we are. It's connected. And I can start to focus. And it works. And with that, we're actually at the end of this presentation. So as a summary, I do not believe it's now a miracle, a game changer, or anything like that. But it's a solid focuser. No matter how heavy your load is, it will focus accurately. And the ease of installing it, the ease of taking it off and on again, and also the ease here of actually using it, be it with the app or within Nina, that are really convincing arguments for me that the Askar WAF definitely has its place in this selection of electronic focusers. I hope this was helpful. See you next time, and clear skies.